Baltimore's homicide rate has dropped by at least 20% over the past 3 years. Some say prosecutors like Ivan Bates and former U.S. Attorney for Maryland Eric Barron deserve credit for that reduction. Barron announced his Al Capone prosecution model in 2022. He focused on getting criminals off the street, quote, by any legal means necessary. Bates and Barron talked about their collaboration during a 2024 sting operation that led to 40 arrests for drug trafficking and firearm offenses in the city.
The city state's attorney also speaking on progress made in comparison with the group violence reduction strategy.
GVRS was launched in 2022 by Mayor Brandon Scott. It works with the state's attorney's office and police to focus resources on high-risk individuals. New data given from Bates's office says in 2025, GVRS cases only made up about 4% of the cases they closed. The other 96% of cases were closed by the state's attorney's office.
The state's attorney's office did not close any cases sent forward from GVRS in the time period tracked, despite closing 119 on their own. Now, the data comes as Bates continues outlining his concerns with the mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost joins us now, continuing our team coverage with that part of it. Mackenzie.
Yeah, Mary, so we know that this fracture between the city state's attorney, Ivan Bates, and Mayor Brandon Scott really came to light late last year when Bates sent the mayor a letter outlining some of his concerns that he had with MONSE, and it really centered around information sharing. Now we're learning Bates turned to an outside expert for insight. As Baltimore City prepared to end 2025 with the fewest number of people killed in decades, the city's top prosecutor prepared to end a working relationship with the mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. Ivan Bates outlined in this letter to Mayor Brandon Scott, obtained by Fox 45 News through a public records request, several concerns with programs run through MONSE.
Well, look, I think first of all, I think the media wanted to label it a beef. There never was a beef. There never, ever was a beef. But people forget, my job is state's attorney for Baltimore City. The important word is attorney. As an attorney, as a lawyer, I am bound to specific rules that most people aren't. If I don't follow the rules, I'll lose my law license. It's unfortunate that letter was released. I can tell you this, only 2 people in my office knew about that letter. The main reason we need to send the letter was because MONSE kept coming and asking our office about a particular individual that was in witness protection.
The state's attorney taking specific issue with the Sidestep program, a juvenile diversion pilot that was riddled with concerns while operational. For qualifying young people, Sidestep diverted them away from the criminal justice system and instead provided various services through contracted programs.
When you look at the Sidestep program, we feel it's unconstitutional. The mayor's office likes to say it's not unconstitutional because Sidestep is a pre-arrest. But we told them, and we met with the mayor's team, and we said, look, we understand you believe it's pre-arrest. The police stop them, they place them in cuffs, they're not free to go. Under the law, that's an arrest. And once that's an arrest, under the law, the victim act is triggered, which means, one, you have to tell the victim that this incident happened. If you're not telling the victims, you're violating the law. As a state's attorney, we can't be a part of that. And the other issue is, this young person you violated is going to receive diversion. That's perfectly fine. But now you're paying them up to $25 an hour to do diversion. But the victim who has a deductible doesn't get a dime, and they don't know anything about their case being diverted. We can't be a part of that.
An Inspector General report about Sidestep found there was a lack of planning, data collection, and follow-up with kids participating in MONSE's Sidestep program during the pilot. Mayor Brandon Scott noted the payments were part of the stipend effort, but paying kids was not part of the pilot plan. Bates also took issue with the lack of information sharing between MONSE and his office when it comes to services for victims and witnesses of crimes. It also means the state's attorney's office is cutting direct ties with the mayor's Group Violence Reduction Strategy, or GVRS. And now Bates says he's asked someone outside his office to look at his concerns.
We've had conversations with the mayor's office and GVRS telling them things for many months. So we contracted an outside attorney who's an ethics expert to say, are we doing the right thing here? And after the conversation, it was like, you absolutely are doing the right thing. This is what you must do ethically.
What if the mayor and MONSE continues and restarts Sidestep as a diversion program?
Well, look, the legislature is going to have to make the approval because there was a sunset provision. If the legislature does that, then they're going to do what they want to do. We cannot be involved in that. And you're also having conversations with young people against the Child Interrogation Act. You can't talk to them. We cannot be involved in it.
While the mayor touts GVRS and plans for citywide expansion, Bates maintains GVRS cases make up just a small percentage of the cases in his office annually.
I think from my standpoint, the mayor is going to tout what he wants the citizens to know. I guess we're kind of like the dirty secret behind the door that you don't want everybody to know who's making the food. The mayor sets the policy of GVRS. We cannot be partners with MONSE. We will continue to do the work of investigations with the police department. If it is a GVRS investigation, the mayor can keep his own data, but I think at the end of the day, we're prosecutors. We'll continue to do our job. We're not here looking for notoriety.
Now, we expect that outside report from that expert reviewing the working relationship between the state's attorney's office and the mayor's office to be published in the coming days. Live in the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.